Hey everyone, it's Lisa here from Sacred Star. Um, Today there are two essences from two plants that we're wanting to come through to share. I had in mind another couple of plants, but these are two oils that we're wanting to come through with their messages. And these two essences are very strong feminine essences. So these two plants were wanting to share their message. The first one that I'm going to share is marjoram. And so when I go to the energy of her and take in the energy of her, and she has always felt to me, she has always felt like she's a very strong warrior. She has this presence that is full of strength, and she's always felt like that for me. And if I could describe the feeling I get, even what she looks like, she is a warrior. And for me, when I get these feelings and these messages, quite often they'll show me an image. And so she has always felt like a warrior, and she even has the um, armor on. She has armor on, and she does have a sword, but the sword is not she doesn't have the sword up there to fight. The sword is there. So it feels like the sword is part of her attire, but the sword is there to show that she means business. And so, oh, I'm getting goosebumps. So she comes in and is there to help you when you need strength. If you have anything going on in your life where you're needing an extra push and you're needing that strength to hold your ground, she is there. And she is there. And I want to say it's like ready for battle, but it's not battle in the sense of get your sword out and start doing the physical fight. It's to give you the strength and the energy that you need when you are facing a dilemma or something going on in your world where you are needing that extra strength to get through it. So she's a warrior, very strong, very, very strong essence. Um, so she's there for strength and for courage. Um, and the feeling I got earlier, actually was that she was like, finally, like, you bring me out and share me. People need to know that I'm there and that I can help. Um, and it was a little bit emotional for me because when I started to take her scent in again just before, I actually got emotional, and it was like a sigh of relief from her to be like, finally, bring me in. And the messages from the plant kingdom are here to be shared. They're reminding us that we're not alone. And so another message I got earlier was like, they're all there and they're saying, do you remember? Remember, we're all here. And when you are going through hard times or situations or whatever it is, the plant kingdom is saying, hey, we're here. Feel us and remember us. And you're not alone. We're here to help you. So it's going into the feeling and letting that energy come through to help you, because remembering that, well, we'll talk about the oils. Um, they are the purest form of the plant. So the oils that have been extracted from the plants, this is them in their purest form. So it is really, it's an honor to be able to have essential oils. Um, or access to essential oils, because this is the purest form of the plant. The plant's giving itself. It's selfless. It's unconditional love and support. Um, so Marjoram, she is a warrior. She is there. She's in her armor. She has her sword, but the sword isn't up to fight as such. It's just there, and she means business. So she's there to help you. So if you are struggling and going through something, this would be a beautiful essence, and a beautiful oil to bring into your life in whatever way that you want to um, use her. But then again, if you don't have access to oils or plants, you can go to the energy of her. Like even just feel like, and it comes back to that feeling like sometimes there won't be things that you have access to, whether you want to get a picture of her or Google a picture, or and let yourself go into that space. So if even, yeah, oh, well, I didn't think of that earlier, but even if it's a picture, it's something there that you can tune into and start tuning into her energy. Okay, so that's Marjoram. And I apologize if I'm talking too fast or going off a little bit, but not really going off. And the other oil that wanted to come through today is Rose Bulgaria. So Rose Bulgaria. So we know that the roses are quite often well associated with the mother, unconditional love, help us to feel the love that we are. So, and the heart and things like that. So the heart, unconditional love, maternal. When you need to return to your heart and feel the love that you are, as well as being able to allow love to come in. However, and I felt this a few weeks ago with her, um, she, which is quite funny in some ways because Rose always feels very motherly, but Rose Bulgaria actually doesn't feel maternal. She does not feel maternal. Like she's very strong, and I'm getting goosebumps on this side of my body, which is actually, this is my feminine side, even though it may look opposite on the video. But she's a very strong, independent, feminine essence. So she is quite, the feeling I get was like she is quite cut and dry. So she's quite matter of fact. And it feels like she's there to get business done, sorted out. And the feeling I got earlier today with these two, which was actually just before, was they were both standing. It felt like they were just both there and they were waiting. And it was like waiting for me to share the message that they had. It was like these two strong feminine essences that, and I'm getting goosebumps, and they're just there and they're like waiting. And I was like, okay, hang on. Oh, yeah, I will. And they're like, bring us through. We've got a message to share. And so, you've got this beautiful, strong, feminine essence. She means she's there to give you strength, much like Marjoram. She means business. There's no mucking around. And in saying that, she's very strong, but she's also quite, she feels quite sophisticated, which is similar to black pepper. So if the other video I did the other day, I talked about black pepper, and black pepper is his essence is sophisticated. So she feels like that. She's quite matter of fact. Let's get this done. I'm here, and she is coming in, and she is giving you the support and the strength that you need. So that's, and she, and the scent of her is, she has the rose, obviously the rose aroma, But she's a little bit more, there's more of a greener, like greeny um, aroma. So, you know, like when you smell wood that is still green, like they have, it's just something about wood that's green compared to wood that's dry. It has a greeny, quite a fresh green aroma, and if that makes sense. Um, I mean, and so that's the beauty, like, so good for the hormones, good for the skin, good for the reproductive system. So good with helping with all the female things and issues and that can happen. But for me, the beauty of it is really like, obviously they help with the physical and the emotional, but for me, the passion behind it is more how they feel and the essence they carry, and it's really getting into the spirit side and to the spiritual side of it, because just like us, you know, we all have an essence, and so for me, it's going into that side of things. And marjoram, you know, good for the nervous system, good for the digestive system, um, good for the muscles, good for aches and pains, and good for bruising. So yeah, not, you know, when you have been in the battles, like she's good for that. Um, and that's the beauty of it. Is the beauty of it is remembering that they're there. The plant kingdom is there. The plant kingdom is there to help. And you know, I can't stress enough that the feeling I keep getting is for us to remember that, and to remember the ancient wisdom and ancient knowledge that exists within us all. Um, and I'll share just a little story. And I guess it's the beauty of when we're young, when we're children, we are more attuned to picking up messages from spirit or from the plants in this sense. And for me, as a child, I was with my mum a few years back now, and I was an adult, and we were on a bridge. This is in the North Island, and we were looking over into the land underneath the bridge, and there was all these forget me nots. So forget me not flowers. So the little blue flower, not the big like Chatham Island forget me nots, just the little forget me nots. And we're looking at them, and my mum says to me, you know, when you were like 4 years old, you told me what forget me nots meant. And I said, really? You know, I couldn't remember. And she said, yes, you told me that forget me nots, God named them so that we wouldn't forget him. And I said, oh, I can't remember, but okay. So there you go, you know. It's a beauty of nature is remembering, and we're all connected, and we're not alone, and that you know, nature's family. There's no separation. Okay, so hopefully that may help somebody. Um, Otherwise, yeah, I'll bring a few oils in here and there, and I'll share the message that they have. Okay. Okay then. Thanks for watching, and have a great weekend. Thank you.